Okay, so this video is going to show you how to access and use the online form for the course selection process. So the first and most important thing is when you go to the portal, you need to make sure that you're going to the correct place on the portal. So if you're just going to do a generic search of Plus Portal, you're not going to have St. Patrick High School after it. If you don't see green or gold, and you don't see St. Patrick in the upper right left-hand corner, you are in the wrong place. So this is the correct page that you are going to need to look to access your portal. This only works through a computer or through a browser. This will not work off the app. So again, you'll need to use your browser on your iPad or through a desktop in order to access this process. So when you log into the portal, you're going to see up at the very top here a menu item that says course requests. So go ahead and click on the course request link. That will take you to the next page. This is a demo as a senior, so you will click on your senior elective course selections. That's okay. If you are a sophomore, it's going to say sophomore. If you're a junior, it's going to say junior. It just depends upon what level you're going into next year. Couple of things here on this page. It's going to tell you if you've started the process, not started. It'll tell you what day you submitted it. So if you have any questions that you really submit, go back and double check that there's a date filled in. What usually happens is people think they submit the form, but they really don't. And then I'm emailing to say, hey, I don't have your form. Go back after you submit it to make sure there's a submitted date filled in here. After I receive the form into our administrative database, that will be filled in. So you want to check to make sure that your status is started and your submitted date is filled in after you submit the form. Okay, going ahead. Again, here they're broken up into sections. You only are going to pick classes that you are interested in. You do not have to pick something in each department. So right now I'm using a senior example, but if there's a sophomore class and you're looking at either taking journalism and you don't really want to take journalism, don't pick journalism. You do not have to pick something in every department. You only have to pick the classes for which you are interested in. Again, it's going to tell you here the course number, what level it is. Again, PX is Phoenix, DLS is De La Salle, honors is H, and dual credit means it's a college level course. They'll tell you how long the class is and how many credits the class is worth. It'll have little notes that you need to double check. So again, if you are in that freshman sophomore transition and you have a 300 class, you'll pick something from that list. If you want to know more about what the class is going to be, what it's like, you can click on the little exclamation point in the gray circle here, and it's going to open up another window here that'll tell you more about the class. So this is the same information that you would find in our course curriculum guide that's online. So again, the course number, the level is that, which is duplicated here. It tells you how long the class is. It tells you how many credits. So everything that you see here is doubled up and duplicated, and what years the class is there. It tells you about the class, what the goals are, and it tells you the prerequisites. So again, you want to make sure you're following the prerequisites. So prerequisites are the requirements you need to have in order to take the class. So again, anything that has like a 2, 3, 4 in their name, you need to have taken the previous level. So you cannot take Graphic Arts 3 without taking, or sorry, Graphic Design 3 without having taken Graphic Design 1 and 2. So again, please check it to make sure that you're fulfilling the goals and the prerequisites for the classes. Okay, for sophomores, again, this physical education alternate choice. If you want to take lifeguarding in place of the PE class, you can do that, but again, don't count it as part of your 7.5 credits. It's already been included there. You do not have to take lifeguarding unless you wish to take lifeguarding. And again, with lifeguarding, you need to be able to swim. You need to be able to swim well, because if you cannot swim, we're not throwing another lifeguard in there to rescue the lifeguard trainee and the person pretending to be in danger. So be able to swim on that one. For senior year, junior and senior year, the PE credit, again, if you have 641, 642, 643 on your course selection sheet, you do not need to pick something from this list. This only applies if you have 630 on your course sheet. Then you would pick the team sports, the physical fitness, or the lifeguarding. Okay, and the last piece here are your summer classes that are available. This is a junior senior summer options. Freshman sophomore will not have the team sports. Okay, with regard to this, if you're signing up for driver's ed, make sure you're picking the right driver's ed, the July driver's ed, or the other driver's ed. This is the June driver's ed, so make sure you're picking the right driver's ed time. And you can with this. Okay, so These three buttons down here are important to look at and to understand what they mean. So let's say hypothetically you've gone through and you've clicked off a bunch of things and then you realize you've clicked way too many choices. You can hit cancel and that will clear all of the choices that you have made. So by doing that, that will then wipe out all of those other choices that you've made on the sheet. Let's say you open up the form and you start thinking, okay, I might be interested in taking that computer science class. I'm going to check that off. I might be interested in taking the journalism class. I'm going to check that off. You can press the button of save and revisit later, and that will keep the options you've checked on the form. And then you can go back and you can edit that form later. When you are done picking your classes and you've made sure you've got that 7.5 credits on your sheet, you will then need to press the submit button. Once you press the submit button though, that locks the form. You cannot edit the form anymore. So once you've pressed the submit button, that's going to take us back to that other page and it's going to show that it was submitted. You cannot edit the form. So if you've made a mistake, let's say you accidentally picked that you wanted to take graphic design when you wanted to take improvisation, you can make that change. The only way you can notify me, though, to make that change is via email. So you would just simply send me an email that would say, Mr. Perez, I made a mistake. I picked graphic design. I want to take improvisation instead. I will make that change on your course selection process. So again, press the submit button only when you are sure that you've got the right classes. And once you press it, you cannot change that form once it's been sent and once it's been locked. You have to send the email then to unlock it, or to the email to change anything. Okay, again, if you have any questions, problems, or concerns, please reach out to your counselors. Please reach out to me. We're all here to help you with this course selection process.